We have reached the crescendo. In 2026, the noise is no longer a background hum. It is a deafening roar. High-speed inflation, the fracturing of global trade, and the desperate headlines promising stability through control. If you feel like the ground beneath your feet is shifting, it's because the old world is being dismantled, piece by piece, in plain sight. For 2 episodes, we have observed the patterns. We saw the central banks quietly hoarding gold. We looked into the mirror of 1929 and saw the reflection of our own debt-ridden reality. But today, the observation ends, and the decision begins. We are standing at the threshold of the Great Reset. But for every wall they build, a door remains open for those who know where to look. Welcome back to the final chapter of our journey. This is the Great Escape. The architects of the new system call it progress. They call it financial inclusion. But behind the sterile terminology of central bank digital currencies, the CBDCs, lies a reality that would have terrified our ancestors. Money has always been a tool of freedom, a way to store your labor and move it through time and space without permission. But programmable money changes the nature of freedom itself. In the world of the Great Reset, your wealth is no longer a private asset. It is a permission-based entry on a government ledger. Imagine money that expires if you don't spend it. Money that cannot be used to buy certain goods if your social score is too low. Money that can be frozen with a single keystroke because of an emergency declared thousands of miles away. This is not a conspiracy. It is the technical architecture of the 2026 monetary system. They are building a digital prison with invisible bars, and they are using the chaos of the old world's collapse to usher you inside. History is a cold teacher. When a government's debt reaches a level that can no longer be serviced by taxes or growth, they only have one card left to play: the hard reset. We saw it in the Weimar Republic. We saw it in 1944 at Bretton Woods. And we saw it in 1971 when the gold window was slammed shut. Every time, the mechanism is the same. The old currency is sacrificed to save the system. Your savings, your pension, your years of hard work, they are the fuel for this fire. In 2026, the debt is not just a number, it is a mathematical inevitability. They cannot pay you back in value, so they will pay you back in a new currency that has been devalued before it even reaches your wallet. The Great Reset is their attempt to default on their promises without admitting failure. It is a silent heist of the grandest scale. So, how do you escape a system that is everywhere? You go where the digital eye cannot follow. You go off-grid. While the world is forced into the digital ledger, the ultimate act of rebellion is the ownership of physical truth. This is why gold and silver have survived every empire, every reset, and every tyrant in human history. A gold bar has no terms and conditions. A silver coin does not require an internet connection or a government's permission to exist. They are the only assets that are not someone else's liability. In the age of total surveillance, privacy is the new gold. Ownership of physical metal is the sovereign exit. It is the act of taking your labor out of the burning building and placing it in a vault that you control. When the digital ledger resets, those who hold the physical truth will be the only ones with the capital to rebuild. They are the ones who refuse to be reset. The music is fading. The exits are narrowing. The Great Reset offers you convenience in exchange for your sovereignty. It offers you a digital ghost of wealth in exchange for your freedom. The Great Escape offers you responsibility. It requires you to be your own bank, your own guardian, and your own observer. It is not the easy path, but it is the only one that leads to a future where you remain the master of your fate. We have watched the central banks move. We have heard the echoes of 1929. Now, the final piece of the puzzle is you. Will you be a participant in their reset? Or the architect of your own escape? This concludes our investigation. The patterns are clear. The vault is ready. Thank you for observing with us. The journey doesn't end here. It begins with your first step outside the system. Exit the system, enter the vault.